She was ready to give up until a cowboy whispered, "Let me carry your burden." Ella Morgan had always believed that strength meant silence. She'd learned it young: hold your chin up, swallow the hurt, keep walking. But on a wind-beaten afternoon in late October, as the sun dipped behind the Colorado mountains and painted the world in bruised shades of purple, she finally realized she couldn't keep going. Not alone. Her car had sputtered its last breath 20 miles back, the engine coughing out smoke as stubbornly as she was trying to hold herself together. With her suitcase in the trunk and a lifetime of failures buckled into the passenger seat, she had abandoned the old sedan and started walking along the empty road that cut through the plains. She didn't care where she ended up. She just knew she needed to move, because standing still felt too much like quitting, and quitting was something she'd vowed never to do. But vows felt flimsy when your entire life was unraveling. The job she'd poured herself into had downsized her. The apartment she'd barely managed to hold on to was now demanding 3 months of overdue rent. And her mother, her last anchor, had passed the year before, leaving Ella drifting without a compass. A cold wind pushed against her back, urging her forward, but her legs began to wobble. The weight of everything, every disappointment, every fear bent her until she folded onto the dusty roadside. She hugged her knees, fighting to breathe, the truth finally slipping out of her in a whisper. "I can't do this anymore." She didn't expect an answer. But the universe can surprise you in the moments you break open. From somewhere beyond her closed eyes came the creak of leather, the soft rhythm of hooves, and then a gentle voice with an unexpected warmth. "Ma'am? You all right there?" Her head jerked up. A tall man on horseback sat silhouetted against the fading sky. He wore a battered brown hat, a denim jacket dusted with trail dirt, and a look of concern that wasn't forced or polite, it was real. Ella wiped her face, embarrassed. "I'm fine. Just tired." The cowboy dismounted in one graceful motion, landing with the soft thud of boots on hard earth. He didn't crowd her or press for details. He just stood nearby, hands resting casually at his sides, giving her space. "Not my business," he said gently, "but you don't look fine. You look like someone carrying more than any one person ought to." Something about the way he said it, simple, truthful, without judgment, made her throat tighten. "I'm just overwhelmed," she managed. Everything fell apart at once. He nodded, as if he understood more than she'd spoken aloud. Life can stack up on you like a bad hand of cards. Sometimes all it takes is one more thing, and you feel like folding. Ella let out a breath that was half laugh, half sob. "Yeah. Exactly." The cowboy crouched down, leveling his gaze with hers. His eyes were the color of warm earth, steady and kind. "You know," he said softly, "there's no shame in letting someone help you carry that load. If you're willing not." The words hit her like a beam of sunlight breaking through storm clouds. She shook her head. "I don't want to be a burden." He smiled, small, reassuring, the sort of smile people give when they've weathered their own storms. "Ma'am, you're not a burden. You're a human being." Ella blinked hard. No one had spoken to her like that in months. He extended a hand, not pushing, not demanding, just offering. "My name's Cole. I'm headed back to my ranch a few miles yonder. You're welcome to ride with me until we can get you somewhere safe. And if you need help figuring out your next step, well, 2 heads and a good horse can get a long way." The rational part of her hesitated. She didn't know him. He didn't know her. Kindness this pure felt foreign, almost suspicious. But something deep inside, something tired, aching, but not yet defeated, whispered, "Trust him. Just this once." Ella took his hand. The moment their palms met, something shifted lightly, subtly, like a burden loosening its grip on her shoulders. Cole helped her onto the horse, settling behind her to steady the reins. The warmth of the saddle, the gentle sway of the animal beneath her, and the sound of Cole clicking his tongue to start the ascent toward the distant ranch felt unreal. Like she'd stepped into a different version of her life, one where kindness still existed. As they rode, she found herself talking. Hesitant at first, then with surprising ease. She told him about her mother, her job, the eviction notice, the car abandoned on the roadside. Cole listened, really listened, only speaking when it felt right. "You've been carrying all this alone," he murmured. "No wonder you're tired." By the time the ranch lights flickered into view, Ella felt something she hadn't felt in a very long time. Hope. At the ranch, Cole's sister greeted them with a warm smile and a steaming bowl of chili. They offered Ella a place to rest for the night, no strings attached. As she curled into the softest bed she'd laid in for months, Cole paused at the doorway. "Remember," he said quietly, "you ain't weak for asking help. You're brave for keeping on." Ella swallowed the lump in her throat. "Why are you helping me?" Cole tipped his hat. "Because someone once helped me when I was ready to give up. And it saved my life. Figure the best way to honor that is to pass it forward." The door clicked softly behind him. Ella stared at the ceiling, tears slipping silently down her cheeks, not from despair this time, but from gratitude so deep it shook her. For the first time in months, she believed tomorrow might hold something good. And she knew one thing with absolute certainty. Sometimes the world breaks you just enough so you'll be open to the hands willing to lift you again. Sometimes a stranger becomes the reminder that humanity still shines, even in the quiet corners of the world. And sometimes, when you're ready to give up, a cowboy whispers, "Let me carry your burden," and everything begins to change.